It is official. Mason Greenwood can now be referred to as a Jamaican, as Michael Ricketts confirms that he now has his citizenship and his passport.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
They got Gunnaz podcast.
If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Dicanio, an Arsenal fan that covers everything Reggae Boys and local football. If you enjoy the content that I do here on this channel, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on a goal to 5,000 subscribers before the end of this week, and I know you guys can help me to get there. So just go ahead and smash that subscribe button. Also, for the regular viewers, just remember to keep liking the video. Every single video I do on this channel must get to 200 likes. So just go ahead and smash that like button. So in this video, I'll be talking about exciting news that Mason Greenwood is finally becoming a Reggae boy and what that will mean for the national team, as well as update you guys on the shock ticket prices for the World Cup qualifier games that lie ahead in September, October, and November. Now, Michael Ricketts was asked about his passport and the citizenship by the Jamaica Observer, and this is what the article had to say, which was published yesterday, August 6th. The article is entitled, "Ricketts Says Greenwood is Ready." President of the Jamaica Football Federation, Michael Ricketts, said that Mason Greenwood is ready to represent the Reggae Boys after obtaining his Jamaican passport and should be available for the next month's World Cup qualifiers. Greenwood's documents have finally come through. He now has his citizenship and his Jamaican passport. Everything now is left up to him and the coach. I hope now that the coach would have been having some discussions with him, Ricketts told Observer Online. I mean, I would love for him to be ready for the September games, but like I said, that is up to him and the coach. But from our standpoint, he is ready. All documentations have been issued and are in his possession. The 23-year-old Mason Greenwood represented England only once in 2022 before being sent home from the England camp after breaking COVID rules. He ran into trouble but was cleared of attempting rape and assault charges, but fell out of favor with the English Football Association and new manager Thomas Tuchel, who informed Greenwood that he would not be a part of his plans. Jamaica has been waiting for Greenwood to finalize his switching of allegiance for a prolonged time, and it seems head coach Steve McLaren can now make him an official member of the Reggae Boys. Greenwood, who represented England at the under 15, under 17, and under 18 level, as well as under 21 levels, will join the long list of players born in England who play for Jamaica through their heritage. MSN Sport also made a report on Mason Greenwood as well, which was titled, "Mason Greenwood Secures Jamaican Citizenship as He Edges Closer to International Football Return." That story was by Harry Bamford and again was posted a day ago. Mason Greenwood has been granted his Jamaican citizenship, making him eligible to represent the country on the pitch as the winger weighs up whether to make a return to international football. Now Greenwood has a decision to make. The Marseille winger, who permanently left Old Trafford for the south of France last summer, can now switch allegiance to play for the national team. With his Jamaican citizenship now secured, Greenwood has been granted permission to join the Jamaica Football Federation from the English FA and could be available to play as soon as next month in the country's World Cup qualifiers against Bermuda and Trinidad and Tobago. FIFA rule states that if a player has accrued fewer than 3 competitive caps for a country under the age of 21, they can change nationalities. They also need to have been eligible for the new country when playing for their initial nation. As Greenwood was just 19 years old when he made his senior debut for England, he meets the criteria. Jamaica manager Steve McLaren made it clear that he wanted Greenwood within his ranks earlier this year, and it appears he may be about to get his wish. "We are in contact all the time with him and his family," McLaren explained in March. "I am very confident that he only wants to play for Jamaica. It is up to him when he moves forward with that. The ball is in his court." McLaren has been looking also to bring UK-born players in the Jamaica national setup, with Mikel Antonio, one of the high-profile players to have switch allegiances back in 2021 before the former England boss's arrival. Now, people, that news is long awaited, and there are no ifs nor buts or even maybes. If Mason Greenwood wants to play in the World Cup or play any form of international football, he can only do that for Jamaica going forward. He's now tied without even playing a game because FIFA rule states that you can only switch allegiance once. So Mason Greenwood is Jamaican. And as the MSN article said, it does not end with Mason Greenwood, as there are a couple other Premier League level players set to make the switch as well, with Rico Henry being one of those high-profile stars who has been a left-back playing alongside Ethan Pinnock in Brentford for the better part of 3 years. But with an increase in quality comes an increase in prices. The Jamaica Football Federation have recently secured sponsorship from Sunshine Snacks in an aim to gather as much support and income from this campaign. And one way they have decided to use this is by raising ticket prices. In the last home game that was played at the National Stadium versus Honduras, I was in attendance. The ticket cost for that game was $1,500 for bleachers and $5,500 for grandstand. Now the prices have been bumped up with the arrival of Mason Greenwood and co, and the bleachers tickets are now going for $2,000, while the grandstand tickets are going for $7,000. And if you want VIP, you have to pay a maximum $10,000 in order to sit in that section. What I would say to this though, people, is do not complain. If you can't afford the grandstand, then just go over to the bleachers. And normally the bleachers have more vibes than grandstand anyway. So you should enjoy the game more over bleachers than grandstand, because they have added $1,500 for that grandstand ticket, but they only added $500 for the bleachers ticket. So everyone should be able to get to the match and enjoy it. Better players with higher quality need to get better pay and higher protection. That is just how football works. One might ask, don't all players deserve that? And the blunt truth is no. Football is a business and players are assets. You'll always use most of your resources to protect your most valuable assets in any business. And I have no doubt that the stadium is going to be rammed regardless, because Jamaica is securing a top talent and people want to see top talents play. Last season, Mason Greenwood scored 21 goals and 5 assists in Ligue 1, making him the joint top goal scorer with Ousmane Dembele, the same man who is being tipped to win the Ballon d'Or this year. And so far in preseason, Mason Greenwood has 6 goals from 5 games. This is not a normal player that Jamaica is getting on their hands. So when I hear people saying that he won't make a difference, I'm inclined to believe that they just do not watch football. For the people that say that, I need them to answer this question. Do you think Ousmane Dembele or Mohamed Salah or Yamin Amal could make a difference in this Jamaica national team? If your answer to that is yes, then it's pretty simple. Be excited, because Mason Greenwood is at that level. The stats show it. The same player that is being tipped to win the Ballon d'Or this year, he had the same amount of goals of that player. So give the man him respect, people. This is a world-class talent that we are getting. Despite whatever circumstances that brought him here, he is now here. So stop being pessimistic and definitely start being optimistic and excited. That is it for this video, folks. Thank you guys to all of the viewers yesterday who wished me a happy birthday and birthday wishes as well. Big up to all of you guys for supporting the channel. And yeah, exciting days ahead for the Reggae Boys. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Jamaica have a lifeline. How about this?
They got Gunnaz podcast.